So, production of the Vita is coming to an end in Japan, and while it's not confirmed yet, we can make the logical conclusion that America will follow suit soon. It's an odd feeling. I mean, every console has to stop at some point, but considering the console in question, the confirmation of this happening stings especially strong. For those of you who do not know, the PlayStation Vita is the successor to the PlayStation Portable. As the PSP was supposed to be the equivalent of having a portable PS2 wherever you go, the Vita was supposed to be the equivalent of having a portable PS3. Coming out in 2011 in Japan and 2012 for the rest of the world, except for China, who got in 2015 because of reasons. The Vita came bursting out of the gate, arms swinging and ready with 25 games at launch. And it was starting off strong in terms of sales, but as I'm sure we're all aware, that slowly began to falter and, yeah. Now, while I could just make this video a big rant about how Sony abandoned the Vita or shot it and themselves in the foot with dumb decisions, I instead want to talk about the positives that would come out of this console. Not only because I don't really want my channel to be a place of doom and gloom, but every Vita fan has been saying this for years, and I would just be adding nothing more but more space for the fire to spread. So in respect and appreciation for what the Vita did and what it tried to do, I've decided to name off some of the games I loved playing on the Vita, whether they were exclusives or ports. I'm not gonna do the whole in-depth thing that I normally do on this channel, just gonna name off some stuff. So, starting off, there's Bullet Girls, a simple, silly, and fun Japan-exclusive third-person shooter that you'll hear me talk about more in depth later this year. Crawler Sigma, a fast-paced action game with a bunch of cute anime girls. Demon Gaze, a first-person dungeon crawler with an incredibly unique soundtrack mixing normal JRPG affair with Vocaloid vocals. Downwell, because the Vita is my console of choice for playing this amazingly addictive indie game. Freedom Wars, a nice take on the Monster Hunter formula, sometimes doing things even better than the actual Monster Hunter games. God Eater Resurrection, second verse same as the first pretty much. Every Hyperdimension Neptunia game, because the remakes for the original trilogy are how you should honestly get into this series nowadays, and the spin-offs are mostly super silly fun that I love playing. Mostly because I didn't really dig producing production that much. Konosuba Attack of the Destroyer, another Japan-exclusive game, this time being a 2D shooter based on the anime. It's just an entry-level shooter with a bunch of fan service for people who like Konosuba. Mary Skelter Nightmares, another first-person dungeon crawler with an interesting world and a cute art style. Muramasa Rebirth, a 2D side-scrolling action RPG that is the definitive version of Muramasa the Demon Blade from the masters of their craft Vanillaware. Persona 4 Golden, because let's face it, most people only have a Vita because of this game. Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds, probably one of the best beat-em-ups I've ever played, combining fighting game mechanics with good old beat-em-up action to make an enthralling, technical, and visually stimulating experience. Ray Gigant, or Ray Gigant, however you say it, another first-person dungeon crawler with some cool designs, a fun gameplay system, and an interesting way to show battles. Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus, a hack-and-slash that I talked about earlier this year, mixing fun over-the-top action with dark themes and depressing topics in a way that actually works. And finally, Zero Escape the Nonary Games, specifically 999, a visual novel that tells an amazing story with incredible characters and was another great recommendation from my friend Jacob PF. And that's it. Yeah, it's a short list, but that's mainly due to the fact that I didn't really get into the Vita until earlier this year, even though I owned one back in 2014. Now, I do want to stress, the news of this console's production ending doesn't mean that all support for the console is just up and disappeared. Punchline, a visual novel based off of the anime of the same name, is coming out on October 9th, and that in particular has been a game I've been waiting to come over for quite a while. And even if third-party support is going away, Limited Run Games, a company who has been helping in making physical copies of digital-only games for the system and others, will be with it until the very end. And even when companies pack it up and move on, the console will never truly die, because it has the fans that will keep it alive. Fans like my friend Spencer Presley, who has like 3 of these things with over 200 physical games and talks about all kinds of collector's editions for various games or just accessories from limited run games. Fans that work to translate Japan exclusive games like Uppers or Kantai Collection Kai. Fans that hack the Vita so it can accept micro SDs instead of Sony's proprietary memory cards. I mean, with fans this dedicated to show their love for this console, with a community this devoted to helping good games make it overseas, informing people of obscure gems, or just spending the amount of one medical bill in this country to support its crazy endeavors, the Vita will never truly die. So, here's to you, Vita. The fun little handheld that Sony abandoned, but the community gave it the attention and the home that it deserved. Sorry I couldn't be there with you the whole way, little buddy. But always remember, while you couldn't charm the masses, me and a lot of other people love you just the way you are. Let me know about your guys' experience with the PlayStation Vita. 2011 through 2019 is a pretty good run for just a little portable console, and in that time frame it's clearly touched and affected a lot of people's lives in a lot of different ways. Thank you all for watching this little quick video I wanted to do, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.